Before the video begins, make sure to follow my Twitter and join my Discord. Both links will be in the video's description. Hey guys, it's AZyntic here and welcome back to another video. Now today we're going to be doing the next episode of Game Review. Game Review. Game Review. So just like last time, I'm probably going to put some background footage of Bedwars while I explain this episode of Game Review. So this time the tips are going to be a lot more advanced because this game review is for Hyperixel, who if you guys don't know, he's really, really good. And he's also a great friend of mine, so I'll put his channel link down in the description, and you guys should all go sub to him. We actually did a collab once a while back, and we're planning to make more videos together in the future. But yeah, this video is just his game review. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. Okay, so we're here now, and we're doing Hyperixel's game review. Now, I literally just recorded this whole thing, and then I realized that the audio was messed up, but that's not going to take away from me doing this video because, obviously, I'm gonna do this video, and I have to do this video because of it's what I planned and it's what I promised my Discord and what I promised Hyper. I can't speak today. So yeah, I'm just gonna like redo this, I guess. So yeah, we're just gonna do that. Okay, so we're starting on Solus. So Solus is a really good map. Yeah, it's pretty fast. And after watching all of the games, all the maps in this video are pretty fast, so we are gonna be able to fit in all 3 games, which is very nice. So yeah, and that's unlike last video because last video we only fit in 2 because one of the games was on Steampunk, and that's a really big map. So you guys didn't see because I wasn't talking, but he didn't put a bed defense down, but he bridged up, so that's fine. That works totally good, and this guy's AFK as well, so totally fine that he didn't put a bed defense down the first rush. And you don't have to if you build up high enough. Like as long as you're willing to build up high enough, then you don't have to put a bed defense down. You can still be fine. Now, the only issue with not putting a bed defense down is if they build up as well, like if they build up super high and then they hit you off, then your bed's gone, like 100%. And your bed most likely is gone even if you do put a bed defense down, unless it's like wood. But if they don't build up to you and you just have wool, then you're totally fine. But yeah. The only, like at that point, the only issue is if you make like a relatively flat bridge and you have no bed defense, because then your bed is most likely gone. So he bridged the diamonds, he got the diamonds, he ran back. He looked to see if pink and gray were fighting, and pink killed gray. So yeah, so he's running back. So that's definitely what you want to do in that situation because you don't know if pink is coming to your base. And so the best idea in this situation would probably be to put some sort of bed defense down. Okay. So yeah, Pink's bed was destroyed. So what he should do here is put some form of bed defense down and then rush up to get to that diamond gen, because Pink, even though Pink's fully dead. So now it's Aqua who he has to worry about, because even though Aqua's halfway across the map, he's still on that side, and green and yellow are fighting. Okay, so you're here. You didn't grab the diamonds on your way, which is fine because you really don't need them. Like it's not a necessity to have diamonds, and you do already have prot and a trap. So Sharp would have been nice, but it's not super necessary here. You probably have like the same gear as this guy. So also, sorry if I'm talking really fast. These games are just like on faster maps, so they're a lot more fast paced, and so I have to be keeping up with everything. He lagged you back, and then he gets pretty lucky hits here. However, he does get like the second and third hit in that combo looked really suspicious from the beginning, but I learned later that Aqua isn't actually cheating, so it's fine. But yeah, so just kind of unlucky that he got the combo on you there, but it's okay. You'll be able to grab these diamonds now, which is good. So yeah, you should get 4. He did fireball. I assume after he fell in the void. Like he did fall in the void, but I don't know where he was because just based on where you were looking. Also, you have like 278 ping, which is an advantage, but it's also a disadvantage in some ways. I mean, like normally I would consider it an advantage if you're playing against other people who have like higher-ish ping, but when you're playing against people with like 20-30 ping when it's really really low, then it ends up being a disadvantage because your hits it's very hard for your hits to register. So you're passing, which is fine because even though I said in the previous video it's not worth passing, the fact that you're passing here is fine because you're farther away, like you're not right next to each other. And since you're not right next to each other, as long as you have like better mobility and you can get to his base faster, then you should have enough time to get to his base, break his bed, and void, but all before he gets to your base, just depending on how fast you're moving. But regardless, he fell in the void, and so you're bridging up here. Very good job. Okay, so right here, here's the first thing that I wanted to mention. So I've already watched this whole thing because I'm recording this for the second time because I'm stupid and I don't record audio. Or I didn't record the audio. So you drop down here. So let's backtrack a little bit. So right here, you start building up. You start double stacking like that. Your double stacking is perfectly fine. And so I'm going to just, okay, so he's right here. You're on this little thing. He has the high ground. What you can do is you can continue to build up and just go up super high, and then whoever hits the other person off, like if he hits you off, then he wins the fight and he keeps going, and if you hit him off, then you can get his bed. So that's one option. Another option would be to pass him, and that's what you chose to do. But you chose to drop down here, and you took a ton of fall damage. Now, what you should do here is you should go over here. You should go over here first. You also have ladders, so you could always jump down here and like, well, I mean, maybe it'd be hard because does he have? It's kind of hard to see. So right here, no, it's completely flat. So you can literally just bridge one block out to the side, ladder down here, and you take barely any fall damage, and you force him to, if he doesn't have ladders, then he's going to take a bunch of fall damage to drop back down to save his bed. But yeah, you have ladders, so you should use them to your advantage. But it's okay. You drop down. He hits you once, and I don't know how this happened, but you were able to block trap him somehow. So you'll see, yeah, he disconnected. So I assume he was going to fall in the void, and he just didn't want to take the final death, which is why he disconnected. So yeah, I mean, it's totally fine that you did this. I don't think you knew that he was falling in the void, but the fact that you were getting his bed like this anyway was fine. You also didn't know he had minor fatigue, which is fine, but yeah, because normally if he didn't have minor fatigue, then you would have been able to easily get his bed because you have shears, and shears are really, really fast. But you got him anyway, and yeah, he's out of the game. So it's just green and yellow left. So you're bridging over here. It's fine that you went to yellow because yellow is like right next to aqua. And yeah, it's like really close. Now, it's good that you're bringing the diamonds back here because if they're still fighting, then you really have no need to like go invade their fight and just you can just get more stacked. And obviously, the more stacked you get, that gives you a higher chance of winning. So you only got 3 diamonds, so you can't get Prot 2 yet, which is fine. Like Prot 2 isn't a necessity to win a game, but it would be nice to have. However, it's not necessary, as I said. So green bed was destroyed by yellow. You kind of like it would have been better if yellow had killed green in this situation, but at the same time maybe you wanted the extra final kill. So you're pushing yellow now, which is definitely good, and you have TNT, so yep, you TNT the bed. And then you can easily just drop down. Should have used the water bucket there, but it really doesn't matter because you outgear this guy by a lot. Like you had sharp iron and prot iron, and he had no sharp wood and no prot leather, so yeah. And then you destroyed the other guy as well because he had pretty much the same gear as the yellow guy, so very well played by you. This game, there really wasn't much to talk about other than the fact that you took fall damage there, but it ended up working out for you anyway, so it really didn't matter. Next game. Okay, so we're on game 2. We're on Speedway. Yeah, Speedway is also a really fast map, and this game is incredibly fast. I don't know how fast or I don't know how this game went so fast, but yeah, this game was really, really fast. So, now to stop talking about how fast the game goes, you are waiting for 40, or not 40, you're waiting for 64 blocks, or 12 iron, and you're doing a wood defense. Now, wood defenses on maps like this are actually really good, especially the way you're doing it, where you're doing the illusion, because most of the time on maps like this, where you're, like, when you go right into the base, it's like a straight bridge to the base. You're not, like, coming in from a side angle at all. It's like this map and Air Show and Pernicious and, like, those kinds of maps where you bridge, like, straight to the diamond gen, and you go to the base directly. They're like that, and you have the illusion, so it makes it easier. And I'm like missing out on what's going on in the actual game because I was talking about that. But you started building up here, which is good because he chose to jump down here. So I guess what you were assuming here is when you started bridging up, I guess you assumed that he was also going to bridge up, so you wanted to like meet him up there. And what you could have done in that scenario is you could have jumped to like towards him to hit him off. And you didn't, and it's fine because you kill him here anyway. But yeah, he chooses to jump down, and then you jump down to kill him because you obviously don't want him passing you because he has TNT, shown by the red particles above his head. So yeah, you flawless him here, actually, because the only heart of damage that you took was from the fall damage that you took by jumping off the tower. He chooses to go into his item shop, meaning that you can easily get the bed. You get the bed, and then you get the final kill here because you can out PvP him, which is very nice. There's a lot of things going on. So, like, you can see there's already 3 teams taken out of the game, and 1 person doesn't have a bed. So you already know that this game is going to be really quick, but yeah, it's best to just, like, in this situation, just wait to see how it all plays out. So here now you can see how it all plays out. So red and gray fought, red won. Blue and green fought, blue won. Yellow and aqua fought, yellow won. You and pink fought, you won. So everybody's taken out their first rush, which is kind of ideal, honestly. Like, if every game could go like this, then that'd be pretty nice, because then every game is really quick. So you chose to grab the diamonds and you're running back. That's honestly what I would have done in this situation as well. It's always best to make sure that you're keeping up with your diamond upgrades, because if you keep up with diamonds, then you pretty much win, because you just outgear everybody. And having like sharpen prot against somebody without sharpen prot, even if you're like not as good at PvP, you're most likely going to win the fight. So yeah, a lot of it just comes down to knowing like what upgrades to buy and when. And on Speedway it doesn't really matter when, but like just having a lot of diamonds will really help you. So blue got green, or not green, blue got yellow. So you know, like, you just have to keep in mind blue's pretty close to you, and you decide to go for red, and that's totally fine because of what happens in a second. So, yeah, here we go. So blue bed was destroyed by red. Now blue, since they don't have their bed, they have to change their whole mindset, because if they started pushing you, sure, they might be able to get your bed considering you're going for red, but they don't know you're going for red, because if they did, then they obviously would have gone to your base. So they're going to middle. And I know they go to middle because I've already seen it, but they end up going to middle, and you don't know that yet, but that's okay. So yeah, you're going for red, and you get lucky here. Like, maybe you should have tried and stayed back a little bit, because it's best to just take 1v1s, because if it was you versus red, then a 1v1 is always a good scenario to be in. So you get red's bed, which is really good, and you can void here. Like, voiding would not be a bad option here, but you choose not to, which is fine, because blue never gets your bed. Now, we can assume that because red got blue's bed, red's going to be wanting to go for blue and get the final on blue, because if blue... Well, I know blue's in middle now, but because blue's in middle, red's not going to want him to get a bunch of M's, because then he's going to be he's going to be easily... Can I speak? He will easily be able to kill red if he has M's, and he has a pretty good chance of winning the game if he gets all the M's. Okay, so a lot of stuff is happening right now. You can see a lot from this. So red was killed by blue. It's kind of hard to see just based on the sky that you're using, but these are red blocks here, and so are these. So you can see that red, after getting blue's bed, he dipped out of blue, and he started running this way. And you know blue was at yellow a while ago, but you can also see this one singular blue block right here. Now, you can assume, just based on this block, that blue went from yellow to middle, and is now collecting the M's, and red went from over here, and went to middle, and then blue just killed him. So you can pretty safely assume that they fought at middle, and you can also see blue blocks right here. So you know blue was getting M's, and then in a second, yeah. So blue's right here. You can see him, his iron armor right here, and you can also see him moving. So he's right here, and he is going to decide to run away, because if he has all the M's, he's not going to want to run to your base because you're going to be there. And he wants to be able to spend the M's so that he has the best chance of winning. So you decide to pick up the diamonds and drop them off just so more can spawn in the generator. And if you guys don't know, I'm just going to pause. The diamonds like have to be a certain amount of blocks away from the generator, and where he placed them is fine. Like, it's far enough away from the generator for more to spawn. Because like there can only be 4 diamonds in total for a tier 1 and tier 2 gen. I don't know about tier 3. like most of my games don't really go that long, so I don't really know how that works. But for Diamond 1 and Diamond 2, I know only 4 maximum can be in like the radius of the Diamond Gen. And then if there's more than 4, then it'll just stop spawning. So you need to put the other diamonds outside of the range for more to spawn, which is what you did, which is good. So you're going to go in on blue here. He's really stacked. He bought diamond armor, and he has protection and sharpness. So he like outgears you by a ton, which is fine. So you decide to start blocking him off here, which is definitely a good idea because it's stalling him and it's stalling the game to be longer, which is, I mean, it's like, it's not the best idea, but like at the same time, you're just like, you're giving him more time to use the generator, so it's not that great of an idea, but it's not really a bad idea at the same time. So, it's best here to just push him and just take the fight because, yeah, that's really all you can do. And you could go up the ladders and just camp him, but that's not what you want to do. So, yeah, he kind of destroys you here just because he's, like, he has so much gear. And he just sat in his gen and block it, which, I mean, that's what I do a lot if I don't have a bed. I just try and take fights in generators where I can't really die, especially if I have more gear. So, yeah. So you only have Prot 1. What you should do here is go grab the diamonds and then bring them back and buy Prot 2, which I can't remember if that's what you do. I'm pretty sure it's what you do. Oh, wait, no. Okay. Actually, I remember what happens here. So I can't see this. I don't know how you saw this. But you grab the diamonds, and then you somehow, I think maybe there's a footprint right here. I can't really tell. But you somehow figured out that he was invis. So after he fought you, like, he just went invis pretty much right away, and he has jump as well, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure he has jump just based on his, like, where he was moving. Because I saw his movement on the bridge, so, yeah, you see him somewhere, and you realize that he's gone up, so you start running back to your base. So, yeah, so the reason I think he has jump is because every time, yeah, he lands, and then it makes, like, all those particles, and then he jumps back up, and then he lands. So, yeah, so he has TNT, he TNTs your bed, and it's very good that you went to the inside of your base, because if you went to if you were still sitting on the outside of your base, that TNT could have easily hit you off. Now, right here. So, it's a little bit, like, it's not the worst decision because it ended up working out, but it's a little bit of a mistake to start walking out too far because then he can easily hit you off. But at the same time, if you don't, like, get a hit on him soon and find him, then he's easily going to be able to get your bed because you don't, yeah, because he's invis and you're not able to see him. So you need to get a hit on him soon. So right here, he starts hitting you from right here. And the genius that you are, you start placing blocks under you. Now, let's backtrack a little bit. Just real quick. Or no, that's too far. Go right here. So, right here. You see the bridge is right here. Okay, the bridge it's 2 blocks off the ground. So this is the 3rd block above the ground. And so right here, when he starts hitting you, so right here, you start placing blocks below you. Now, you also are holding space. I know that you're holding space because you keep jumping, and he keeps hitting you up. He keeps hitting you up, and because you're jumping on top of blocks and he's hitting you up, he's hitting you just directly back onto the bridge. You land back on the bridge, you clutch right here, like, because if you didn't clutch this, then you would have probably landed here, and it would have been really easy for him to hit you off, or just like he might have gotten your bed here. But you clutched here. He starts trying to break this wool block here to get your bed, but he didn't realize you clutched. So, oh, I went out of full screen on accident. So yeah, so right here you have he's on 16 and you're on 5. So it's really not looking too good for you. But now he's on 7. So you got a crit. You got 2 hits. One of them was a crit, and now he's on 7. So now he's. Oh, I keep going out of full screen. So now, at that point you were he was only slightly ahead on health rather than just like very far ahead. And then hold on, I forget what happens. So you get the first hit, you get the second and a third. One of them was a crit. Now he's on 7. You're on 5. You hit him twice. He hits you once. You get down to half a heart. He's also on half a heart. He jumps up, and because of your ping, if your ping was lower, then you would have just killed him earlier. But because of your ping, he jumped up, and you were still able to hit him. But he just died up here because because of the time that it takes to jump up. So you clutch this so hard, and like the fact that you were able to pull this off was absolutely amazing. Now I don't know if this was planned, like you putting blocks under you, but it worked out 100, like it worked out perfectly for you. So I would not be complaining. But yeah, insane, like insane game here. This was absolutely insane. So GG's. Next game. All right. So you're in game 3. We are on Airshow, another very fast map. It's slower than the previous two, but it's still a pretty fast map overall. Okay, so you waited for 16 iron and 4 gold. You're doing a wood defense again, which is definitely good. Especially on Airshow as well, because it's just like Speedway and you have the illusion. So like most of the time they're gonna break from the front. I don't know if I like fully explained this in the previous game because I think I got sidetracked with like what was actually happening. But yeah, most of the time the player breaks from the front just because they're coming from this way, and it's most natural to break like the front block here. And they have to like if they break this block, they have to break 3 pieces of wood before they actually get to the bed. Like if they break in through the front here, which is a lot of wood. Like, it's a lot to have to break through, so it's good that you have the defense. But yeah, anyways, you make it to the diamond gen before yellow, and you grab the diamonds and you drop them off, which is good because then it allows the diamond gen to spawn more than just 4. And it doesn't really help you out overall. Like you don't get back in time to get there, but it's fine. Or you don't get back in time for it to spawn a 5th one. But it's fine. So you hit him off, and he died really fast. So you were not able to finish or get the final kill on him, but that's fine because you are able to PvP him here. Just because he starts hitting you with the compass, you get 2 free hits, and then he just kind of goes AFK and gives up. So yeah, you did really well there. You went really quickly as well, which definitely helps. And a lot of solo Bedwars is just going fast and just beating your opponents in terms of speed and stuff. So you got 2 from the gen and 2 from there, and you need to wait 20 more seconds for the 5th one to spawn, which is totally fine. Like, you have plenty of time because looking at the sideboard, the only other team who's taken out a base is blue, and if you look over there in a second, just to, like, see what he's doing. So yeah, he just keeps running in between green and blue just to get more resources and stuff because I guess he wants to get armor sooner. But yeah, he's running out to the diamond. No, he's running back. Like I can't tell from back here. It's hard to tell, but he did get diamonds. I'm pretty sure. But now that you have 5, you can get sharp and a trap, which is definitely really good. Okay, so after looking at what you have sharp and a trap, you have iron armor, you have a ton of blocks, you have shears and an axe and a gap. So you have a lot of stuff. However, pink just killed white, and blue had killed green a while back. And you're like you're directly in between. Well, not directly in between, but you're in between blue and pink. Because they have both taken out their first rush, and red and gray are still fighting. Now, blue took out green way before pink took out white. So the best decision would be to go for blue here. And that's what you end up doing. Which is good. However, you need to keep your eye on pink because pink has like the freedom to do pretty much whatever they want. So yeah, they can like easily come for you, and then you'd be out of the game. So blue, you can see he started running towards green base. So you have a lot of time now to like possibly like either run past him or to get to his base, and you start pushing him. He gets back to his base in time, which is fine, but it's all good. So you have, I believe you have a gear advantage here, because yeah, he doesn't buy sharp or prot with the diamonds, because I think probably green might have gotten them. But he doesn't have sharp or prot, or maybe does he have prot? It's hard to tell. Hold on. Yeah, it's very hard to tell if he has prot or sharp. I don't really know, but you were able to hit him off anyway, and you got his bed. You gappled to get the extra 2 hearts, which is good. And you should have gappled anyway, even if you weren't low, or like slightly low, but you're able to kill him. So yeah, what you should do now is you should avoid it. And you don't, which is definitely okay, but it'd be the best scenario to void right now, or it'd be the best decision to void right now because you don't know where pink is, and yeah. So pink says they have a test, which is kind of interesting. So I don't know if you like start to assume they're AFK or whatnot, but later in the game, I find out that they're not AFK, but it's fine. So yeah, you start pushing towards gray and red, and gray ended up killing red, so you just have gray and pink left. And pink is just moving really slow because I don't know why. I don't know why they're moving so slow, but you run to red, which is fine because you want to spend the diamonds, but like if I were you, I would have avoided long before now just because I was really scared of what pink might be doing. Regardless of if he says he has a test or not, like you can't trust anybody in the game like to know if they're AFK or not. And like maybe it's a strat or something, the fact that he's saying he has a test to like act like he's AFK, but like I don't think it's anything special. Now, gray doesn't seem too great at the game. I don't even actually know if gray killed red. I think red just like might have disconnected or something at some point, but yeah. So you got gray's bed. You're gappling because you're down 3 hearts, and it's always good to have full health before going into fights. Yeah, and so he lags back, but it doesn't matter because well, actually it does matter because he was able to combo you, which is fine, but it's okay. You're like overall you're better at PvP, so you don't really have to worry about him too much. And so here's where this game gets really interesting, because I wasn't expecting Pink to like be still in the game, so or to still be in the game. So Pink's right here. Pink starts pushing you like right after you get you kill, or after you get Gray's bed. So you're way above him here. And he drops down. So he's taking a bunch of fall damage. You have ladders. Now, I don't know if you can do this. I'm not going to say you can't, or I'm not going to say you can. But if you can, you should ladder down onto the bed, and preferably closer to the inside of your base, so that if he starts hitting you, then you'll go into your base rather than like for him to hit you off, because you obviously don't want to get hit off. So you should try and ladder down, or like ladder right here or something like that, because you don't want to take fall damage. But regardless, you get 2 hits on him with a sharp iron sword, and then he's 1-tap, so yeah, you get him there, which is fine. So it worked out for you, but it would have been better if you had laddered and just not taken as much fall damage. But you do buy gaps anyway, so you healed up in time. Okay, so you gap, so you're on full health now, and now you're coming into your next fight with Pink. So you guys, like, after seeing you guys both build like this, I already know that this is like a pretty sweaty fight because I know you're both like decently good. So he starts building up, and you start trying to pass. Now, you did tell me that you just wanted to try and make these games like a little bit more interesting, and I understand that because content is very cool. And it makes my job a little bit more interesting. So what you don't really want to pass here. Like what you should do is like if since you didn't hit him, so you started building up like this, and you jumped, but you weren't able to hit him. So passing, like you passed really quickly. Like you made a very quick decision, and like if you're gonna pass, then you want to make the decision quick, which is good. But yeah, it's best to just not let him pass and just like try and kill him. And if that means just like letting him build up, it's like you should take it, because you should never try and bed trade. Like unless you know your bed is 100% gone and you can't save it, then don't bed trade. Like it's just not worth it. So yeah, you pass him, he passes you, and you end up trading beds here, which is fine, but it's not the most optimal scenario. So you have a fireball, you have ladders, you have a bunch of gaps, you have an iron sword, and a ton of blocks. So you're pretty set. Like you have a lot of stuff. The only thing that you really need now is M's. You see that Gray's at mid, so you need to kill Gray. Like I feel like you know this as well, but you definitely need to kill Gray here, because if you don't kill Gray, then you pretty much lose, because he's just gonna outgear everybody due to having M's, and he'll have just a huge advantage. It'll be a lot easier for him to win the game. So you fight him here, and he gets a lot of really lucky hits, especially because of this lag spike that you get here. But you were able to hit him off, and you lived on half a heart. Luckily, Pink wasn't at middle at the time, so wasn't able to clean you up, which is definitely good for you, because if he cleans you up, then obviously you're a one hit, so he would have easily one-tapped you and then just won the game that way. But that's fine. You decide to get Diamond Armor here, which I definitely think is not a bad option, considering he's pushing you and you're in a base. So yeah, Diamond Armor is definitely a really good option. So you reset your blocks, you fireball him off of his bridge. Okay, he lands here. So this is really, really good for you, because you're gonna get a hit on him here. Like your hit does not not register at all. Like you get the hit on him here, and after you get this hit on him here, considering how far he gets knocked back, I already know that you've won the game. So right here, you knock him off of his tower. He's stuck. he starts trying to build up, but since he's not putting blocks like on his side, like right here, to try and block you off, he's only just trying to go up so he can get out of your reach. You put a block here, you jump, and you hit him off, and that's the game. So yeah, you played this really well, other than the fact that you passed him at that one spot. And you could have saved your bed most likely, but yeah, it doesn't matter because you're able to win the game anyway, and you played really well. So yeah, GG. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Let me know down in the comments if you guys want to see more of this, as I really enjoy making these videos, and I hope that you guys enjoy them as well, just because like you guys are learning something from them as well, and that's pretty cool. And that's pretty much all I have to say, and goodbye.